find Mrs S Craft Corner. Currently staying at my mother-in-law's house because we're having building work going on at our house. Here with my husband, our 2 boys who are 10 and 8, and our dog who's Fox Red Labrador. I've been thinking about doing podcasts for a while, partly to do it during my studies at university, as I'd started in September to become a primary school teacher. However, unfortunately, the end of November we found out our eldest son has cancer, and so that's put a hold on an awful lot of things, including my studies. But as things are sort of settling down, I thought I'd give this a go. So, as podcasts usually start, I'll start with what I am wearing. This is the Cargill sweater by Rebecca of Crayo Bayonets, and I think this is probably my most favourite sweater I have made to date. It's so squishy. I used 1 strand of Filcolana Arvetta in the colour Marzipan and 1 strand of Drops Kid Silk Alpaca in just it's neutral off-white shade. I can't remember the colour name. I think it was the size 4 I made. I'm a 38-inch bust, so it's got quite a lot of positive ease, which makes it nice and snuggly. Stand on so you can see. Hits me just at where my jeans are. Yeah, it was a really enjoyable make. It took a lot of back burner because I was knitting it through the Christmas period, so I was knitting gifts for people, so I didn't prioritise my own. Yeah, I recommend it. It's a beautiful jumper and I've had lots of comments on it, lots of compliments. Yeah, it's just so squishy. So on to my next finished object. I made some mitts that I'm planning to gift to my mum for Mother's Day. A lot of the times because she is a knitter as well, so I'll buy her stuff so that she can make it, but I wanted to do something that I'd actually made for her because my dad does get a lot of hand knit socks when it's gifts for him, and I don't want her to feel left out that she's not had anything made, so I made these. It was a free pattern on Ravelry, but I did adjust it slightly because on the pattern it was just supposed to be a tiny cuff and then vanilla all the way up in a tiny, but I wanted something a bit more elegant, I suppose. So it was a knit 3 purl 1 up until you start doing the thumb gusset increases, and on the side that worked out to be a knit 2 purl 1, and then back again to knit 3 purl 1 for the end of the mitt. And I love them. I don't want to give them to her, but I will because that's what I've made them for. But they're nice. I used some leftover yarn I had from Bird Street Yarns, which is this one, which I'd made myself some socks with, so I have got to use this yarn. It's not like I'm missing out, but yeah, so I used a strand of that with a strand of the Drops Natural Kid Silk to make them nice and fluffy, and I figured, I know Mother's Day is in March, but it'll still, like, there'll be cool days that she can wear them on, so they won't go to waste and they'll last. It's not like it's one use and they're gone. So I knit those on 3.25mm needles. It's a cast on 44 stitches. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about those. The next thing I managed to finish, which I actually only finished yesterday, is a baby blanket I've made for one of my friends I've known since I was 13. So about 20 years I've known her, and she's due her first baby this start of June, I believe, and she knows she's having a girl. And I did check what colour she wanted the blanket, because I do get a bit anxious picking colours for gifts for other people sometimes, because I don't want to get it wrong. I need to make sure that it's something that they will love and use. So this is the baby blanket. It's something like 32 inches by 20 something. And it's so I'd cast on lengthways, and the outside bit is just moss stitch, so knit 1, purl 1, and then for the main bit is a knit 4, purl 1 across, but it's like a broken rib, so you knit that stitch the same on both sides. So you purl, so it's the purl 1, purl 4, knit 1 across on this side, or you just knit straight across, and it creates the broken rib stitch, which I think's that's nice. They were on a 3.75mm knitting needle. I use circulars because I find straight ones a bit too cumbersome. And the yarn I used for this is the Stylecraft Bambino double knitting, but I think it was Vintage Rose, the colour. This one is intended to be used to make a baby blanket for my brother-in-law and his girlfriend. They're due to have their first baby on our eldest son's birthday, so in July, and she said she wanted a neutral, so I just picked nice. It's called Grey Mist, and it's just nice and soft and squishy, and you know it's going to be nice next to baby skin. So that's the yarn I used for this one. But I'm not going to make the same blanket. I'm planning on doing like a Tunisian crochet style blanket for that one. I find blankets are quite big, and when you're knitting them, I do tend to get a little bit bored, and because crochet can work up quite like a bit quicker, I think I won't get bored quite so easily. So I was taking the baby blanket into hospital with me when son's having chemo, and that would be the only thing I'd take in, so that I have nothing else to work on, so I know that it will get done. And so from that to, I'll go works in progress. First one I'm making some more mitts, because I wanted to make my mother-in-law some as well. These are just some off-white ones. So same recipe that I used for my mum's. So you can see where I'm marking out each one, so I can make sure that I'm doing both mitts the same. Is knit with 1 strand of drops alpaca, which is here, just an off-white one, and then again the drops kid silk mohair, which makes a nice fluffy pair of mitts. Although I think these are more, when I've done these, I'll probably gift them straight away as like a thank you for having us and all of the help that she's been giving us recently. And that's in a bag that I got a sock set from my husband for Christmas. I think it was, he bought it from Lucy Locketland, and the yarn for that was Wild Rose Yarns, and this bag was made by Tea Cake and Make on Etsy, and that's the little label inside. So yeah, it's a nice little winter bag. I feel like you're making mitts, you can still use winter bags. And then the only other work in progress I've got with me, because I've not been able to bring all of my yarn because that would be silly, is a jumper that I'm making, which is the flax, I think I've got the flax light pattern. I'm making with my advent calendar a nice jumper. I'm on to like day 11 on one arm, day 10 on the other, and I think day 9 on the body. So this advent calendar was from the Fibre Fox. Got the rest of it in a box just here. Okay, beautiful box. It was from this last year, so 2022. All in nice little packages that I have all open, but I've kept them in because I won't remember. So I'm holding a strand of the advent calendar, which is stellina. Actually, it's got gold stellina in. I don't know if it will show up on camera, if you can see the sparkles. No. But it's quite nice. It's like a subtle sparkle, so it's not quite a Christmas jumper, but it'd be nice through the festive period. And I'm holding it with a strand of Filcolana Arvetta as well. In, does it say? It doesn't say. It's colour 955. I think it's just the medium grey. Just to tie all of the colours together. Try and make it so that if there is a harsh jump, it's not quite so harsh because there's the grey to blend it out a bit. Because I've got 3 bits, I've got wool everywhere attached to that. Yeah, so they're my works in progress that I've got at the moment, because I am finishing a lot at the minute, obviously being sat in hospital with not a lot else to do whilst he's having his chemo. It's keeping my fingers busy. I did have, I wouldn't say it's an acquisition, I put my name down for Giddy Knits to be a sample knitter because she did ask. Helen, Giddy Knits. Giddy Yarns is her yarn dye, so that came through literally 10 minutes ago through the post, 10-15 minutes ago. And it's a shawl she's asked me to make, so this is the yarn that has come through. It's a lovely grey and it's called Pebble, and that's just the fingering 75 superwash merino 25 nylon. It's 100 gram skein, and then there's a mini skein set that's come with it, which is the Nostalgia. I don't know, it doesn't actually say the colourways on this one, so I'm not sure what the colours are, but there'll be 520 gram minis of the same base, I would imagine, the 25-75. Yeah, so I'll have to get that caked up and started, which I could probably make a decent dent into tomorrow because he's having his kidney test at hospital, which means so they inject something and they've got to test his blood every hour or so just to make sure that it's getting rid of it at the right speed. So we'll be there for about 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, I'll be able to get a good dent on that done. And I think that's everything for now. If there's anything I've missed, because I probably have, having been a brand newbie at this, please let me know and ask any questions. Yeah, thank you. Bye.